What's going on, COD fans? Maverick here, and today, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we are going to be talking about the new Gunsmith system coming to Modern Warfare 2. Infinity Ward is making some big changes to the Gunsmith and Create a Class system for Modern Warfare 2, so let's discuss those changes. Real quick, thank you all for 200 subscribers. We got here way quicker than I thought we were going to, so I really appreciate all the support I've been receiving in the recent month. Still looking to hit 500 subs by the end of this year, so if you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's a free way to support me and the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. So as you can see by the picture on screen, this is a recreation I made myself. I'm sure you've seen other recreations from other COD YouTubers. Since I don't want to, just steal their work and take their graphics, I decided to make my own. I know it's simple, but it gets the job done. In recent years, we've had big changes to the amounts of attachments you could have on weapons. In Modern Warfare 2019, you could have 5. In Vanguard, you could have 10. But in this year, it looks like you're going to be able to have 7 attachments on your weapon. So a healthy balance between that 5 and 10 marker. As you can see, there's 2 different categories now. At the top, you have attachments, and at the bottom you have weapon parts. Basically what this means is the attachments are things you attach onto a base weapon. So your muzzle, underbarrel, laser, ammo, optic, rear grip. These are things you can attach, and you can select up to 3 of those. And then at the bottom you have your weapon parts. So these are the 4 things that are needed to make up the weapon, that need for the weapon to function. So your barrel, your magazine, your receiver, and your stock. These are mandatory items on the weapon that you actually need in order for, the gun to be a gun. So this is what you need to select these for, and you'll be able to customize these for, but you have to have them. So with your 4 weapon parts and then your 3 attachments, that is a 7 total. I don't know what you want to call it because they're obviously not all attachments, but for the sake of simplicity, 7 total attachments on your gun. So basically meaning 3 of the attachments on top you won't be able to select, which gives you a little bit of a choice there and makes it a little bit more interesting when picking what you want to put on your gun. Another new feature coming to the Modern Warfare 2 Gunsmith is going to be the ability to actually tune your weapon parts. So this means you can take your barrel and you can tune it to, adjust the recoil, adjust the ADS speed, those sorts of things. You can actually be able to, let's say, get better ADS speed, but it will increase your recoil. So be able to actually tune these things and sort of pick a perfect balance of what you want. This obviously adds a lot more complexity to the game and the Gunsmith by giving you so much more things that you can edit and change, but at the same time it allows you to finer tune what you want. So it can be a win-win for some people. For some people this might be a little bit overwhelming. For me personally, I think this might be a little bit too much. This is a video game at the end of the day. I'm not trying to actually make these guns myself in real life. So I think it is a lot, but I'm sure there's gonna be people out there that actually go through all the tuning, find the best stuff, post YouTube videos online, and then everyone else will just copy them. So at the end of the day, this is still a pretty cool thing, but I don't think a ton of people will really utilize it, and definitely probably won't utilize it in the way that's going to make the gun the best it can be. Then we have the armory system. So this is basically a new way to unlock new weapons, essentially. So what it kind of is let's say you have your base M4, M4A1, right? As you can see on screen, you unlock this at level 5. Then as you use the M4 and you level it up, you unlock new versions of the M4, which essentially are different weapons. So you can unlock the .458 SOCOM M4 at level 15. At level 20, you unlock the LMG Fight Light, which is basically a light machine gun version of the M4. And then you can continue to unlock different things like a burst weapon M16 style gun at level 35. So it's basically a new way to kind of unlock weapons. So essentially what my kind of guess is, and this part isn't confirmed, is you're kind of going to have your base weapons M4, MP5, MP7, let's say, stuff like that. And you're going to have to level those up to sort of unlock new variants and new versions of the weapon, which will essentially be used as new guns. I think this is pretty cool because it kind of, it sort of limits the amount of weapons there are in the game at the base, and you actually have to work towards unlocking those weapons by using certain guns. I think this makes it interesting, but we'll see how this actually plays out. And then as you can see, kind of the platform mastery part of the image, it looks like there's basically going to be I guess when you get to 100%, that's called platform mastery. That's when you unlock everything in the M4 armory, for example. So it'd be interesting to see if there's any rewards for that, maybe a special skin for the guns in that armory if you unlock the platform mastery, but we'll have to wait and see. Overall, there seems to be a bunch of new changes coming to the multiplayer Gunsmith based on what we've seen in recent years. Personally, for me, I really like the fact that we no longer have, 10 attachments on a gun. I think that's way too much, and I think it just makes all the gun laser beams, essentially. So I think having a better balance, I do like the pick 10 system, obviously, but I think, this is a solid balance where if we can have, 5 to 7 attachments, it makes it so the guns aren't too overpowered. As the years go on, recoil really gets less and less in Call of Duty, so once we got to Vanguard with 10 attachments on your gun, you could literally make your gun a perfect shot. So I definitely am looking forward to having less attachments onto my gun. I think this kind of, raises the skill level bar and sort of gives a little bit more skill disparity between the better and worse players, because now your gun isn't going to be a perfect shot every single time. And a little side note, obviously, we do have this FJX Cinder weapon vault thing coming as a pre-order bonus for the game. I think if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition. This essentially is like a, glorified, quote-unquote, better version of a weapon bundle, where if you've seen in previous years, you sort of, if you buy a weapon bundle, if you change the attachments, they don't actually keep sort of the look of the bundle you purchased. So this gives it a little bit more of like any attachment you put on the gun, if you have one of these weapon vaults, then you'll be able to keep the same look of that bundle no matter what attachments or weapon parts you have on. This is cool and all. I'm pretty sure they did something like this back in Black Ops 4. I remember Neros Cinema made a video about this not too long ago, talking about how you literally could have done this back in like Black Ops 4. So, it is what it is. It's something they've already done. If I had to guess, these weapon vaults as they come to the game are going to be even more expensive probably than weapon bundles, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I wish bundles and vaults and all these things weren't as expensive as they are. I mean, like $20-$25 for these things is kind of crazy. But, if they drop the price, personally, I think more people would buy them. But hey, what do I know? I'm sure Activision knows what they're doing and how to make the most money. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support, as I said earlier. And with that being said, hopefully I will see you all in the next video.